moving on, we've got Xbox reset has begun. Xbox announces 3,200 more layoffs. Oh, come on. Yeah. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma has announced another 3,200 layoffs across Microsoft's gaming division through the remainder of the 2026 fiscal year. The announcement came as an internal memo titled Resetting Xbox. Asha Sharma says Xbox has become too large and too complex following the years of acquisitions and rapid expansion. The goal is to simplify management, reduce costs, and focus resources on Xbox's biggest priorities. And they've already said that. That's not new news. What is new news is that they're reset, quote, air quotes here, resetting Xbox, and there's 3,200 more people that aren't going to have a job.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. I didn't think Xbox was going in this direction with it, though. But
what gets me is Sharma says that Xbox has become too large and too complex following years of acquisitions and rapid expansion, as if these 3,200 employees asked for any of that.
That's valid. Like I said, I don't like it.
You have Xbox that was just like, oh, let me just try to suck up as much of this game, as much of these games as possible. We got trillions of dollars. We're so rich. And now because of Xbox literally trying to just buy up the entire gaming industry because that would somehow make good games. Now you have 3,200 people just in the next 3 months alone, or 4 or 5 months alone, that are going to be jobless.
Yeah, but we said, okay, so we said that there was a lot of mismanagement going on with Xbox beforehand, right?
I agree.
Todd Howard didn't give a shit. He just wanted to buy up everything to say that he made a big.
You mean Phil Spencer?
I'm sorry, Phil Spencer. My bad.
Yeah, Todd Howard is Bethesda. Wrong. Yeah, don't. He's going through enough right now.
Yeah, no, never mind. So Phil had said that Phil had just wanted to buy everything. He didn't do anything with it. He just acquired a bunch of shit.
Well, not only did he just acquire a bunch of shit, but he wanted to be good daddy Phil. And he was like, y'all, you know what? Gaming is an art. Y'all just take as much time as you want. Make whatever the fuck you want. Like, we're not going to be breathing down your neck. We want you to make whatever you want, because that's how you make good games.
Because passion drives games.
Which is true, but you also need someone to lead the team, right? You could have the best snipers in the world, but if you don't have a good general to lead them, then they're not going to do what they need to be done. They're not going to be used to the best of their abilities. And leadership is important. At the end of the day, this is a business, and you need someone to sit there and say, hey, all right, instead of us taking a whole nother month to figure out this little detail, just pull the trigger, just get it done. Sometimes 80% is passing. And that's the problem with a lot of these like artistic roles, is a lot of these artistic roles, and you and I know, from being a streamer and doing this podcast, it's hard to sit there and say 80% is passing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's what I think kind of went down.
But I think Asha Sharma's in a hot seat, and I think Phil was in that hot seat, and that's why he left.
Personally speaking, I think they brought Asha Sharma in to play as the bad guy, fire all of these people, get Xbox back on a upward trend, and then they're going to let Asha Sharma go, and they'll hire someone else in that will be Phil Spencer 2.0.
Yeah,
I think they just hired Asha Sharma on so she could be devil's advocate.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because she she's already said that she has to clean house.
Yeah.
It's not new news. She's already said that Xbox is going to be going through a massive restructuring many times, and very vocal about it. She's said it on multiple different interviews. She's said it in multiple different podcasts that I've seen her attend, um, panels. It she is very vocal about the fact that Xbox needs big change to stay competitive in the market. And I don't like seeing 3,000 people lose jobs, but Xbox fucked up when they bought everything. The Phil didn't look at the price tag. He just kept buying shit. And then when he bought shit, it didn't nothing ever happened with it. It all just kind of sat there. I remember when we were reporting on that acquisition itself, and we were like, this is a lot. Like it was an entire page document of all the acquisitions that they had made and under what was under what developer. It was a massive piece of paper that it was just all about what they had just bought, and it was a lot, and then it just didn't go anywhere, and it just sat there, and it just costed more and more money, and now it's to the point now where Xbox can't function like this anymore. If it doesn't make us money, we can't hold on to it. And Ash Sharma's, the one stuck, pulling the trigger on a lot of this stuff. 3,000 people shouldn't be losing their job, but it, Xbox shouldn't have bought those 3,000 people either.
Yeah. It's like uh it's like when your little sibling, Aaron, you would know all about this. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
when you like get a game or something and your little sibling's like, "Oh, I want it, I want it, I want it." And mom's like, "All right, give it up to your little brother. It's time to share." And then little brother's like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm good." You know,
Yeah.
I kind of get the same feeling from this shit. Like it's like they sat here and said, "We want all these games, we want all these games, we want all these IPs, give it to us." And then they acquired all of them, and they were like, "I mean, you guys don't have to work on the games if you don't want to. It's okay." Yeah, you know,
You can just sit there and be a pile of
and just
uselessness.
collect a paycheck every week. It's all good. Right? Microsoft's got money, bro. We'll pay for you. Until Asha Sharma comes in. So
Yeah, Asha Sharma laying down the ban hammer.
facts. So what did Asha Sharma's memo say? Xbox says it expanded rapidly through studio acquisitions and Game Pass growth. Leadership believes that the company is now carrying too many teams, projects, and layers of management. The memo repeatedly referenced becoming faster, leaner, and more efficient. Xbox says difficult decisions today. Xbox says difficult decisions today are intended to build a stronger business tomorrow. Sharma, Sharma also thanked departing employees and said Xbox would provide severance and career transition support. How nice.
I, I were we able to quote her on that?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think legally she has to give severance.
Yeah, but the
A lot
career
of these companies,
transition support. What is career transition support?
I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's like them trying to move them onto other development teams, possibly. Um, or uh Yeah, that's about the only thing I could think of. Because what else? What the fuck would you? Every time I've gotten fired from a job, they've told me to piss off. So I don't know. By the way, y'all, everyone else could read this memo for themselves. They uploaded it onto xboxwire.com. That's like Xbox's blog essentially. So
Personalized career coach guide individuals through career changes, helping with resume building, interview preparation, strategic networking, and identifying transferable skills. Services often include executive coaching, leadership development, and tailored career plans to accelerate reemployment and improve marketability.
yeah.
So like job fair.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was saying.
They
Like
pack you a
there's not
bag lunch and they shoo you out the door. All right, don't miss the jobs fair. Go have fun.
right, right, right. Go have fun. Hopefully you go kick some ass out there, buddy. Break a
Hopefully
leg,
you do better than we did.
right?
So, biggest surprise. The biggest surprise of the week was the massive amount of layoffs over at id Software. Most fans assumed Xbox was targeting struggling studios, but that didn't appear to be the case. I mean, fucking id Software is most notably known for anything to do with Doom and Quake. So
Yeah,
Doom Eternal, and Doom Dark Ages.
and then Quake, which
Yeah, and then
apparently they
Quake.
were just about to announce a new Quake game.
Yeah, no, I there's been
That was
rumors of
that
them
was
working on a new Quake game.
yeah. So that this was especially surprising, especially since they just announced the DLC to Doom Dark Ages,
Dark Ages, yeah.
which has done fantastic. Everyone that has
Mm-hmm.
played the DLC has said that it plays great. A lot of the issues that they had with like the original game is it's pretty much fixed.
Yeah, it's
Which
non-existent
was
now.
like I guess pacing. I feel like the pacing was a bit slower than the other two games, and a lot of players didn't really like that. So I guess in this DLC they made it a lot more fast paced, and they said it was a fantastic DLC. So this was a huge surprise for me.
Yeah, no, don't, when I was reading through the script yesterday, I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't hear about the it shit." So let me keep going because I there's some better statistics in here and stuff that's going to make you a little more squeamish. Reports claim approximately 136 employees have left have left id Software, leaving the studio shut down for more than or leaving the studio down to a mere 50 employees.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they left. They didn't get
Yeah.
fired. They left.
Yeah. Like id Software is now a smaller studio than the guys that made Expedition 33.
Yeah,
Isn't
no,
that
weren't there
crazy?
60 people? Weren't there 60 people in that?
There was 30 people that like apparently made the game or whatever. Like there was like 30 developers, but I'm sure since then they've grown.
Yeah, probably. So id Software consistently delivered critically acclaimed games. Yeah, absolutely. It also develops id Tech. It also developed id Tech, one of gaming's most respected game engines. The announcement shocked fans because Xbox isn't only cutting underperforming studios, it appears willing to downsize some of the most successful publishers Xbox owns.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it is on the chopping block, and Doom has never been bad. Doom has always either had a cult following or been a massive success through its inception all the way to now. There has
Well, yeah,
been,
I mean, Doom 2016 was groundbreaking.
mm-hmm,
Like that game was everywhere. And yeah, like and id Tech is like the foundation for first person shooter games, you know.
yeah,
Your Call of Duty, your Call of Duty engine was based off of id Tech, you know, from Quake and Doom. Um Unreal Engine Tournament, that I'm pretty sure that was id Tech as well.
yep,
Correct me
it
if I'm
was.
wrong.
No, it was
So like all of these massive and those games were like the first
of their
tournament
kind.
games.
Yeah,
Yeah, those were, Unreal Engine Tournament and Quake. Those were your esport games back when we were kids.
yeah,
That was your League of Legend, and so like the fact that, you know, this company is down to 50 people, that tells me one, this development team is probably only going to be working on a Quake remake. Uh, and also, I don't see them, although Xbox does say that they do plan on utilizing id Tech in the future, their actions are speaking differently.
yeah.
If you were going to utilize an engine such as id Tech, then you would be not downsizing that studio by more than half. And now that all of the senior, this goes back to the senior developers, the guys that helped develop and grow the id Tech engine, are now no longer there. So now you have a bunch of newer guys because they make less money than the seniors. Um, they don't have the experience with id Tech as these old developers have, and now you're trusting them to create games with it.
Yep.
So yeah, just fucked up. So, and as we announced earlier, Obsidian was also hit by these layoffs. Uh, Obsidian, they're known for Fallout New Vegas, Pentiment, Grounded, Avowed, Outer Worlds. Fans are concerned because reports suggest Obsidian has lost roughly 25% of its workforce. This is despite the studio releasing multiple successful games in just the past few years, and was widely viewed as one of Xbox's most productive first-party developers. The layoffs come just as reports claim Obsidian may also be developing another Fallout game, which could is definitely going to lead to, as we said, like time crunch, you know, pushed back releases, bugs because they're not going to have as many people there to flesh out the game. It's just very strange, a very strange decision from Xbox.
I don't know. I don't know what Xbox is thinking.
The
I
only thing that
mean,
I could be thinking of is that they are planning on replacing these employees with AI, although Xbox has said that's not what they plan on doing. I mean, I don't fucking believe that shit. Xbox, as we said earlier, also said that they weren't going to hold Call of Duty. They said this in court, by the way, Call of Duty will not be an exclusive title, and they just announced Call of Duty's going exclusive. So I don't believe that. At 25%, that tells me, like, how they say um AI could do the job of four people.
mhm.
That's kind of what this 25% number represents to me. This sounds like an AI replacement in my eyes.
I don't. I mean, I just think it's another. It's an L. This is an L.
I, oh, it's absolutely an L. 1,000, like, don't get it twisted. It's an L regardless. But I feel like instead of them, 'cause that's the only thing that makes sense. Why would you add more onto this team's plate and take away the you know and take away its hands, right? Like you're telling it, to you're giving it four jobs for, when they only have two hands type
Yeah.
shit. And so it only makes sense that they Xbox is looking at this and they're saying, well, we could probably cut this down by 25%, have AI, take over that kind of shit, whether it's coding or graphic design, whatever. And we could just have AI do that, and then we'll save the money because that's all they want right now is to save money.
Well, yeah, because they got to make money. They haven't been doing well. Like I think this is like the third time I've said it. They
Yeah.
fucked up under Phil.
Oh,
I,
dude. I
he
mean,
did a lot of good. The only problem was with the lot of good he did. He did not a lot. He did nothing with it,
I
and,
agree.
and that kind of led them to where they are now.
I think if Phil was a stronger leader and demanded more out of the companies that he acquired, while also still being cool guy Phil, it could have worked out.
Yeah,
You
could have.
know, instead of saying, "Hey guys, I support your project or whatever, but you got to make a decision. Like you got I'm giving you this deadline. You have to hit it.
Mhm.
Do it the way you want, and I'm not gonna be breathing down your neck. I don't need to see a playable demo every month,
But
but
fucking do it.
do it. It needs to get done. My ass is on the chopping block.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly. I mean, I said it way back when he left. I said that I think he was behind between a rock and a hard place. They told him to, hey, you can do something with it, or we can do something with you. And
Yep.
he tried for a minute. Like we got Starfield. He hit things hard for a hot minute. Xbox came out with
Sorta.
new Game Pass stuff, and no, because Game Pass climbed, and Xbox got an
Game Pass was
infusion of
huge,
money.
but then you have to ask yourself, has Game Pass been worse for gaming than it has been beneficial?
I don't think that's part of the topic. I think we're talking
But
about what's
that's a
beneficial
different
for
topic.
Xbox. Yeah, like Xbox
And
is what is worried about Xbox. Xbox doesn't give a shit about what's happening with, whether it's good for gaming or not. We've already
I
said this
agree.
about the big box stores. They don't give a
And
shit. They
and
only
I
care
would
about where your
argue,
dollar is going, not where it's coming from.
and I would argue Game Pass is actually not beneficial to Xbox.
I think it's super beneficial to
I
Xbox
think
because it's extremely
I
convenient.
think
They don't have to pay for any kind of marketing because it markets itself, and they don't have to pay for any kind of physical
well
media.
that's
So there's no
that's
shipping, there's
pennies.
no handling. It's pennies,
I
but
mean
it's pennies that add
they
up
could do
over
that with
millions of people.
they don't have to do physical media anyway. But my thing is they don't make nearly as much as they thought they would off of their monthly subscriptions. Number one. Number two, they thought their monthly subscriptions were going to be much more than they actually are. And number three, they've kind of put themselves in a corner where they can't really raise the price on this service because if they do, they get shit on by
Well, and
everybody.
it's already happened. They
Well,
already
that's
tried to raise the price, and everybody had a fucking outrage, and they were like, "Oh, we were just joking, guys."
yeah. And Asha Sharma came in and said, you know what, we're going to lower the price back down to a manageable thing. But that's what I'm saying is, as great as Game Pass is as an idea, on paper, it's just not working out for Xbox.
I don't think it's solely working out for Xbox, but I do think it is helping. I don't think
And
it's
I
hurting
do,
them.
and a lot of developers are actually coming out and saying that Game Pass has hurt their sales. So if game
Well, yeah,
developer
because
sales
nobody's
are
paying
being
for the
hurt,
game. Xbox is getting
well,
the money for the game.
that's you're exactly right. And so a lot of these developers are now not putting their games on Game Pass because it's just financially not beneficial to them.
They'd rather put it
And
on
so
Steam and actually get paid.
and so what what does Xbox actually have if game developers aren't putting their games on their game page?
I can tell you what they do have. They have a meeting with the French government.
Oh, yeah, dude. There's all week, all last week, it was just Sony news,
Oh my
and
god!
now
Now
all
it's all
this week,
Xbox.
it's Xbox. I had to fit like 4 or 5 Xbox stories into one topic.
Like I said, dude, you did a bang up job on the script. And fucking awesome job, dude. So, reports say Microsoft has entered discussions with the French government regarding the future of Arcane Studios. Unlike the United States, France has some of the stronger work protection laws in the world because Arcane is based in Lyon. Microsoft cannot simply close the studio or lay off employees without going through a lengthy legal consultation process. French officials and employee representatives can challenge restructuring plans and negotiate alternatives before any closure is approved. Reports suggest Microsoft is exploring options, including downsizing, restructuring, and selling the studio or keeping Arcane operational under a revised business plan. Negotiations could take months, meaning Arcane's future remains uncertain while discussions continue. The issue is Xbox has spent years saying it needs more exclusive games, but then gets rid of all the people that do the exclusive games. Blade was expected to become one of Xbox's biggest exclusives, and where is it?
With Arcane Studios. It's currently in development. Yeah, that's the big problem.
Come on now. We just said this. You can't get rid of the guys that are going to do the good shit, the shit that's going to help you. Fucking Xbox, man. And finally, closing or downsizing the studio behind it would seem to contradict that strategy. Like we just said, dude, I, I Xbox is always in this weird fucking perpetual cycle of shooting themselves in the foot. Like
Yeah.
I think over the last 3 years of doing the podcast, I it's like Xbox starts to climb that mountain, and you're like, holy shit, they're actually going to do it this time. Holy shit, these guys are actually pretty fucking cool. Like, look at what they're doing. They're actually pretty fucking cool. And then it's like, oh shit, they just tripped and they fell all the way back down to the bottom.
Yeah. Well, my thing is like Arcane Studios is almost like shutting down Obsidian, right?
Yeah.
These guys, they're in charge of the BioShock series. They're in charge of the Prey series. They were like tasked with making the Blade game, which was supposed to be Xbox's version of the Wolverine game.
Mm-hmm.
And now they've completely like how are you supposed to sit there and say we want more Xbox exclusives? But on the other hand, you have strong Xbox exclusives like BioShock, like the BioShock franchise that you could bring back. You just are choosing not to, and now you're closing down the studio that's responsible for that,
Mm-hmm.
or trying to close it down.
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense to me. Or even Prey, like the Prey games were great. Everyone loved that shit. And now you're no longer gonna get or even Dishonored. Like the Dishonored series are fucking great games.
Yeah, they are.
Ugh, the Wolfenstein, like they were in charge of so many fantastic games that if they get closed down are going to be shot down
Gone.
all because Arcane Studios made Redfall, which was a shitty fucking game that I'm sure they didn't even really want to make. Like
Yeah, it didn't feel
Xbox
like
was
their hearts was
probably
in it.
Xbox is like, yo, we need a live service game, and that's what this game is going to be. And it was a shitty game.
Yeah,
It's crazy to me that our Arcane Studios was one of those studios I didn't think I thought they were untouchable, and unfortunately, it looks like they are. It looks like they might be.
I think
So,
they're definitely in
uh,
trouble.
yeah, and but besides that, there have been reports that Scrolls 6 could be affected by all of these layoffs.
Mm-hmm.
According to reports, Bethesda developers fear that the layoffs will slow down the development of Elder Scrolls 6. Employees reportedly worry about delays, increased crunch, loss of experienced developers, and a greater reliance on contractors. Fans have already waited more than a decade since Skyrim. Could Xbox's restructuring delay one of the game's most anticipated releases? And I think, yeah, I mean that's
Me
all we've
too.
been saying this whole topic is like you can't sit here and demand more games from less people. You can't tell me that id Software is now going to be working on their next Doom game with only a team of 50 people.
Yeah, it's no good, and I still can't wrap my head around why, because it doesn't make any
I think
sense.
I think AI. That's my big thing. I think this is all AI.
I don't think it is AI because this has
I
kind of
think
been
it
their
is.
cycle. This has kind of been their cycle for a really long time now. In terms of video game, this is this is like this is like 45 years old in video game years. You know what I mean? They Xbox does this all the time lately since they've started the whole new since they've started like the Xbox Series S and on. They do good for a little bit and then they fuck themselves over somehow. And
I
it's just
think
this cycle. Like I said, it's this cycle of shooting themselves in the foot. It has been like that for a while.
no, I think it's just coincidental that Xbox has made a bunch of like stupid decisions like over the past 2 years.
Yeah, but
But
when they're on the top of their game,
I think that like 2 years ago when they did those like 9,000 layoffs or whatever over at Bethesda and Blizzard and all that other shit. I feel like that was a restructuring. I feel like now they're doing it to implement AI, right?
Mhm.
3,200 people. That's a lot of people to lose their job, but it's not a lot of people at the same time, right? Like for a company as big as Xbox.
Yeah, no. That's
And
that's out of one division too. That's not
I
out of
feel
like,
like,
I don't know.
yeah, and I feel like it's just enough people to sit there and say, well, you know what? It's software. They're down to 50 people, but with AI, that's now a team of 100 people.
Mm,
You see what
no,
I'm saying? And
no, that's
it's
not how that
disgusting.
works.
It's disgusting. But like you said, Xbox is a business, and this is how they're looking at it.
That is valid. But even so, being from a business perspective,
It's
you
disgusting.
don't
I agree.
well, it's not even disgusting, it's stupid. It,
I agree, but then you have Coca-Cola coming out with a fully AI like commercial that looks
yeah,
like shit. You know, so yeah, I agree. It is stupid, but once again, we go back to these corporations don't see it that way. They
but
see it as we just saved $50 million on this marketing.
but okay, so Coca-Cola did a bad marketing idea, right? And they tested the waters and they fucking found out.
Yeah.
Xbox is self-imploding. This isn't a marketing
I don't
scheme.
think they're self-imploding. I mean, Xbox is still is profitable, sort of, not as profitable as it should be or as it needs to be. And that's
That
why
would be
that's
implosion, dude.
no, because like I said, like there's still a functioning business, right? They're still making profits.
For
It's
now,
not the profits that they want to make. Um, but they can make, and I feel like that's why they're moving at the rate that they are, because you have to nip it in the butt or else it's going to get out of hand.
absolutely, but
And but
you're cutting the wrong shit.
I agree. But that's why I think that they're doing AI because they're saying we can just get rid of these senior developers who make more than the less senior developers,
Okay, I get that,
and now
but
and
what
we can
about
replace them with AI, right? And then like that's how we'll save money. Instead of paying 80 people $90,000 a year, we'll just pay $200,000 a year for a ChatGPT subscription.
yeah, but I mean even with Bethesda and Elder Scrolls 6, like that it doesn't it doesn't make sense. It doesn't even make dollars. This is just a bad business move all the way around the board. How come people that make much more money than me make dumber decisions than I would even fathom?
I don't know, dude.
It, it,
Uh,
it bothers me. So let's try to wrap our head around this a little bit. Why is Xbox doing this? Over the last several years, Xbox has acquired, like we've said earlier, Bethesda, Activision Blizzard, Obsidian, Ninja Theory, Double Fine, In Exile, um, Compulsion, and Mojang, I think was one of them.
yeah,
And
King.
so many more.
Well,
Yeah,
that was
King.
part of Activision Blizzard, but
Um, Now Microsoft appears focused on making these acquisitions profitable. I I don't think you're going to get the kind of profit you're expecting out of these little ones in comparison to some of the bigger studios that you're downright just defacing. You know what I mean? Like
I agree.
it's this is so stupid. Reports suggest Xbox is shifting towards fewer projects, bigger franchisers, higher profitability, AI assisted development, and smaller management structures. Uh,
There it is. AI assisted development, Sternsey.
Yeah, I know, but that's going to nip them in the butt because nobody wants anything AI game.
Yeah,
That is very apparent, and the market will take care of that itself. Anything AI assisted development, if you see that series of words, It just means it's going to fail and we're going to all bitch about it. And then they're going to learn their lesson. AI is on a very quick spot downward spiral in terms of social acceptance, and
Not
it
just
just
social acceptance, but financial. Like financially, the AI companies have not been doing very well at all.
no
So,
correct. Like I said, AI is very rapidly declining to the point. I think it'll start to find its niche here, and it'll be a thing, but it won't be a thing like it is in video games now. Way
hmm.
too many people. I mean, we can. We were all worried that when AI took over, we wouldn't be able to find it. We wouldn't be able to see it. It would be better than what we could do as humans. That is
Well, when
absolutely not the fucking case.
when AI was announced, my vision for AI was gonna be like NPCs,
Yeah,
right? Like how they say NPCs, they're living in this world. And I thought that was going to be AI's job, was to make this
AI
NPC
driven
not have
dialogue.
a not have a path, but have a destination,
Yes.
right? And I also thought it was going to be used for like in Alien Isolation,
Yeah.
how the alien it kind of like learns from you and it adapts its playing style to fit your playing style. I thought that was going to be what AI is used for.
And I'm glad that it
Not,
is used in those cases.
but you and I are seeing that AI is mostly being used to create games, not be implemented in games.
To
And that
create games or to hold places for assets because it's easier, cheaper, and quicker. AI is being used for a lot, and that's I think why everybody's up in arms about it is because there's no reason to cheap out this much. You're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. You can
trillion,
okay,
trillion.
multi-trillion-dollar corporation. You can absolutely afford to spend a couple extra bucks on that thing that you got for free.
Yeah,
And in this way, it's yours, and you're not trying to skirt through some gray area.
you're one of the richest technology companies in the world. Like there's no
Mm-hmm.
reason to have to cheap out and not like and essentially replace your workforce with AI.
Yeah, but like I said, as soon as Xbox gets because I think Xbox with AI is in the same position that PlayStation is with physical media right now. Xbox and AI, they want AI. They want AI bad. They've wanted AI bad for a while to be a main portion of Xbox. And PlayStation, as of recently,
Well, yeah,
allowing
because
allowing everybody the masses to know to take a peek into what they do. They don't want physical media anymore, and everybody fucking hates it. Everybody fucking hates that Xbox is trying to use AI. It's trying to jam AI into everything.
not just Xbox, but every of these corporations. And I'll tell you why, Sternsley, it's because AI is as close to legal slavery as we can get.
Yeah.
And that's why these companies are so thirsty for it, because all these companies want is slavery, essentially.
Well, yeah,
Anyone that
because
works nine to
it's
five
free labor.
knows. Yeah, they know that all these companies want is to work you as physically hard as possible and pay you as financially little as possible.
Yeah, so
That's
the
that
profit
is the
margins can be
company's
bigger.
that is the company's goal. And better way, what is a better slave than just a computer that literally cannot tell you no?
It can't
This
sleep. It
computer
can't
can't
eat. It
call
doesn't
in,
take
it
breaks.
can't get sick. The
Well, it
only
can get sick.
thing,
It can catch viruses.
the only limit that this AI model can like has is it's you can only do a certain amount of prompts every day, and that can simply be fixed with $100 bill.
That's valid. We spent a lot of time talking about the AI portion of this whole thing, but the fewer
It's a big, it's a
projects
big,
and the
it's a
bigger
big part.
franchises, I think. I think Xbox. I think on all of what Xbox is trying to do here, they're their head is in the right spot. Like they're not doing the wrong thing. You know what I mean? They're just doing the
I don't
right
agree with you.
thing to the wrong
I
stuff.
think they're going about this all the wrong ways. Like we were just got done saying, how
Well,
can you
no,
sit
because
here and
they
say
have to cut.
I need exclusives, but then you're taking away all of your exclusives that a lot of fans are really excited for.
Because, like I said, they're doing the right thing to the wrong stuff.
All all for a Fallout game that no one's I don't want to say no one's excited for, but I mean no one's really anticipating a Fallout game or a Skyrim game. Like everyone's kind of like knows that we're not going to get a Skyrim 6 for the next 5 years, you know.
Well, I mean,
Um,
that depends on Xbox. That depends on PlayStation. That depends on, what can be done over the next couple years.
but
But
what people were excited for was the Blade game that
oh
was supposed
yeah,
to be coming out in the next couple years. That's no longer a thing. A new
that
Doom game,
that's my point.
or
Why
there's
aren't we
all
cutting
these.
Motion? Why aren't we getting rid of Monopoly Go or some stupid shit like that? Why are we getting rid of the games that
I'm gonna be
the
honest with you, Stearnsy.
multi-million dollar
The
games that are
reason,
going to make you multi-million?
the reason why the no, I'm gonna be honest, I read the statistic the other day. Monopoly Go is
I
the
know.
number one earning mobile game in the entire world.
Yeah, I know.
I I don't remember the exact figure. I want to say it was like $20 billion or $200 billion or something like that. It was a
Ever since they acquired
huge.
Pokemon Go, yeah.
It was huge. No, Monopoly Go. This is.
Yeah, no, Monopoly Go, Mojang owns Pokemon Go now.
Oh, they own Pokemon Go, really?
Yeah, they own Pokemon
I
Go,
didn't
they
know
own
that.
Monopoly Go.
That's
And
crazy.
actually, I just heard something from a buddy of mine who's actually really deep into Pokemon Go right now. He's been for a while. He said that there's a rumor that Mojang's trying to change Pokemon Go's name because it's too similar to Monopoly Go. But Pokemon Go came first.
Yeah, but not Monopoly Go is like 5x, what Pokemon Go is. I could not believe the figure that was behind that title financially.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
it is. It's
crazy.
insane.
The amount of money that mobile games make is ludicrous.
But there's other ways they can go about this without cutting the shit that everybody wants to see. They're just not listening to what they're not listening to what the player wants. And like we said about PlayStation, they don't give a shit where the dollar comes from. You know what I mean? They're
Mm.
just trying to minimize their expenses, maximize their profits. So, what's going to go first? The game that's already made that's just making a millions of dollars, like we said with Mojang, the Monopoly Go, Pokemon Go collab. Or are you going to cut the potential $1 million cost for a risk? It doesn't make sense in terms of business. So, I mean, maybe that's why they're getting rid of all the big games that we want because they're the highest risk with the highest investment that they have to put forward.
Mm.
And that's not really on the plate for Xbox right now. You know what? I'm starting to get my head around this a little bit. So Xbox has been doing this thing where they've really been trying to cut back on their expenses, and it shows with them pushing Game Pass so much to try to get out of their what little physical media they have. Also opening up their industry to more than just Xbox users via PC Game Pass, which gives them another influx because like we say with the extraction shooter games, if it's PVE or if it's PvP only or PvP major with a minor PvE, you're only appealing to one portion of your audience. You're not appealing to the casual audience. So that's what Xbox is doing with Game Pass. So they're getting that influx there, and it really does make sense that they're cutting the high cost um grade A titles because it's what costs them money and they really can't afford to spend any money is what I'm getting from all of this. Or at
Are they
least
though?
if not Asher Sharma's, put a new padlock on the wallet.
I don't know. Uh, I think I think they are just shooting for the wall. I don't know what they're doing, and honestly, only we can only tell, in the future. So
Mm-hmm.
So here's a bit of news that kind of came as a shock to me. You know, while all of these other people are losing their jobs, we have Asha Sharma who just acquired a new role in the government.
Oh.
She was able to pick up a part-time job. Look at her. Strong, independent woman. How nice. It was also announced that Asha Sharma will help lead the Federal Reserve's Productivity Task Force. The task force focuses on improving organizational efficiency and productivity. Sounds like just what she's doing at Xbox. The announcement comes as Sharma oversees one of the largest restructurings in Xbox history. And we have to ask ourselves, is resetting Xbox becoming a blueprint for improving efficiency beyond the gaming industry?
Dude,
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You fire 3,200 people and then suddenly you get, you know,
oh
pretty
wow,
much
she
a
has no
standing
problem kicking
ovation.
people out. Let's use her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Let's give her a job. Like that's what's crazy to me.
I think what's crazy to me is that somebody who's undergoing such a massive restructuring has the time or the energy to do something for the government.
Well, you think when a company is working on a 3% margin, like that's I don't want to say that's a failing business, but that's a
That's
business
not growth.
that's not a healthy business. Exactly. And for the U.S. government to look at that and be like, "Oh well, let's give her a shot." That's
I
kind of crazy to me.
kind of makes me worry about our financial state more than anything.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, well, do they know something that I don't type shit.
I don't know. So, folks, if you know about what Xbox is doing, or if I'm right or if I'm wrong, or if Pat's right or if Pat's wrong, please head on down to the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are. And we would love to hear them.